How did he give me HIV part 19? So yeah, she went to the police department, let them know, that he is sleeping with women and he is not disclosing his status. Now, before a lot of this happened, there were some other things that took place that I think y'all might want to know about too. So, when I was telling you a couple parts back how when I went through the call log and found all these numbers, I talked to a man in these calls, right? Okay. So I was really over these years, I really was kind of questioning myself, could this man have just been lying and just saying something? That's kind of how I was looking at it. But then I was like, why would somebody lie like that? I don't think so. So when she and I are having this conversation a month ago, she tells me about a situation that took place, and it just confirmed everything for me. So she said that at this point in their relationship, she moved out. She was moving on, but they were still had an obligation with this home. And so she said, but she moved out. She still had a key. They were still kind of back and forth as far as, her coming over there, seeing him, things like that. And so she said they were supposed to be going at a certain time. She told him, hey, I'll be over there at such and such time, because he didn't have a driver's license, okay? For whatever reason, for the most part, most of the time, he never has a valid driver's license, because he always got a speeding ticket that he don't pay and they take his license away. And so she was coming over there to pick him up. They were supposed to be going somewhere. Whatever she had to do, it didn't take as long. So she ended up getting there early to the house. And she saw this car in the driveway, and she was like, I ain't never seen that car before. But she still didn't think nothing of it. She goes into the house. She don't see anybody. So now she's like, well, what's going on? So then she said, as she's walking to go to the bedroom, a man wrapped in a bath towel comes out of the bedroom, goes into the looks at her like, how you doing, kind of thing, goes to the kitchen, gets something out for, get something, goes back into the bedroom, and you can hear them going to get in the shower. She was like, what in the, and then he comes out of the bedroom and she's questioning him, and what is it? Who is this? Why is this? And he's saying, oh, that's just one of my homeboys. They came in and they just trying. She was like, but why are they in the bedroom? Why are they using the bathroom in the bedroom? This is a home with 2 full bathrooms and another room that they could be in. Why are they in the bedroom? And she said, he just said whatever he said. And she said in that moment, she was just like, you know what? I'm done. That was when she was really at the point of just being done. But like I say, she already knew prior to her finding out his HIV status that he had cheated on her. But then she also knew that he was messing with some other women between the time of that and when she finally just got fed up and all that. And then even after that, that's what prompted her to go to the police, because she knew he was not telling these people his HIV status. And so when she went to the police, she said to them, listen, he is not telling people he is HIV positive. He's sleeping with them and he's putting them at risk. The sheriff asked her, well, are you infected? Did he infect you? And she said, no. And they told her basically, where if you're not infected, then there is nothing we can do. And this was in 2005, okay? So how does that correlate to my story? Because when I filed those charges against him, this case was still an open case that was sitting there that they never closed or never did anything about in South Carolina. And so once he was sentenced and did his time in prison and got released, they realized, wait a minute, we have an open charge against him. What is it? It's about HIV from 2005. So instead of them taking that and closing it, they said, oh no, he's going to have to deal with this as well. So instead of them putting him back in prison, what they did was they, and this happened in 2014. 2014 is when this charge came to surface. And I bet it's one of these children. All right, it's Friday. These kids outside playing. They looking for my kid. So, they realized they had these charges sitting there, and instead of putting him back in prison, they say, well, we're going to give you 2 years of probation. Because remember, for my case, when he got out of prison, he was just out of prison. He wasn't on probation. He wasn't on anything. So he ended up getting rearrested. And you can Google this if you want to. You can see where he was arrested in 2014. That was the same charge. It was the same charge. But instead of them putting him back in prison, they gave him 2 years probation. And this was because of the case and file that she did in 2005. Which, when I think about it, and even when I was having this conversation with her, me and her sat on the phone for almost 3 hours. Even when having this conversation with her, my heart got extremely heavy and sad. Because had they moved on it in 2005, even though from 2003 to 2005, he and I were only friends, had they moved on her case and done something in 2005, I would have never got in a relationship with him. You see what I'm saying? I would have never. And she told me, she said, when I saw his face on that news for your case, she said, all I could just do was say, thank you, God. She said, that's all I could say. She said, because I tried. They told me they weren't going to do anything. She said, and I hate that you had to end up contracting this virus for anything that happened. She said, but all I could do was just be like, it was like one of those sigh reliefs that this man is off these streets and he can't do nothing to nobody for however long they're going to keep him in jail. Like, that is how she was feeling. She felt embarrassed. Because people told her, don't mess with this man. This man been sleeping with this lady and we know what she got. And she didn't believe it. She fell into that naive category. I think most of the time, we all do at some point in life. Nobody can sit here and say that they've never had a moment in their life where they've been naive. You have. I have. And so, that is how he ended up getting the charges added on. Or some people say, oh, he got charged for it again. So it wasn't technically again. It was just that there was a case sitting there that was left open that got resolved. And she also told me that when he got out of prison that he was reaching out to her on social media. He found her on social media and he was making advances at her. He was trying to get back into a relationship with her. He was trying to, finesse his way back in. Which is crazy because listen, I just sat here and told y'all he did the same thing with me when he got out of prison. We had the cordial conversations about the kids, but then he flipped the script and started trying to be inappropriate. And it's almost like, dude, do you not understand like what you've done, how you've affected so many people's lives? Like, you don't even realize that. Which is why I'm sitting here and I'm telling y'all, like, I feel like he could meet somebody right now who don't know who he is. They ain't researching nothing. They not one of those type of people to kind of really pry or be nosy. And he's able to tell them anything and whatever it is he wants. And guess what? This woman who chose to stay with him is sitting at home not knowing and realizing that, girl, listen, the same way you get somebody is the same way that they could do you and the same way you could lose them. Like, people don't, I don't know. I don't know.